Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest World Tutorials. I'm GZ, and in this video we are going to go over the new Journey of Awakening, and that is going to be for the Lamp no Majin, so the Genie. So this is going to be a very unique Journey of Awakening, so some new stuff happening with this particular Journey of Awakening. So pretty much like other Journey of Awakenings, this is going to be geared toward higher level characters. So pretty much this is going to be recommended for special classes level 60 and above, and pretty much like all the other Journey of Awakenings is only going to be available for a 48-hour period each week. So from Friday 3 p.m. to Sunday 2:59 p.m. So pretty much with Journey of Awakenings, you're going to actually well, for this one, there's actually going to be no restrictions at all. So, no soul cost restrictions or restrictions on support characters for receiving treasure soul pearls. So equipping on the best weapons and souls for this task is no issue. So also, if you're venturing with another player while questing in the Journey of Awakening, the treasure soul pearl fragments will not drop. But pretty much also with this, this is actually going to be also somewhat similar to the alchemy journey as well, because you actually do have a rare chance of getting a special enemy. So I mentioned this is going to be the Journey of Awakening for the Genie, but in this there's actually another enemy that you can actually get treasure soul pearl fragments for, and that's going to be the bloodstained demon sword. So this enemy is actually going to be a rare appearance, very similar to how you have a special rare appearance of an enemy in the alchemy journeys. After defeating the battle, it's all of a sudden changes, and then you're going to fight a new battle. So with that, you actually will either fight the Bloodstained Demon Sword by itself, or it will be joined by a Dancing Jewels and a Metal Tsumuri. So that's going to yield 9 fragments, 9 to 12 fragments, depending on the enemies there. But the amounts that you actually get, or that you need to get the treasure soul pearls, will be different between the Genie and also the bloodstained demon sword. So besides that, we're also going to have again in regards to meeting the Genie out on the field more, there's actually a special rare monster chance increase quest that you can actually do. And then again, if you're going to use the Metal Hoimi or Hagure Metal satchels, with those, if you actually use them, the enemies of the Journey of Awakening will not appear. It'll be enemies that are going to be equivalent to the level of the actual quest, so level 60 special classes. So again, what you want to do here is you want to start the quest but not actually finish it. So you want to actually defeat the enemies that are actually appearing in the quest. So defeating the enemies, you'll actually be able to get treasure soul pearl fragments, and with that you can actually buy the treasure soul pearls in the exchange. And when you have enough, you can actually upgrade the S grade soul to an S star grade soul. So here with the enemies that are going to appear here, this is actually going to be quite new. For the Journey of Awakening, you're actually going to have 2 sets of enemies. 2 sets. You're going to have enemies that are going to appear for morning, afternoon, and evening, and then a different set of enemies that will appear for night and when it rains. So pretty much very similar to, I say, somewhat similar to the Weather Hokura, except the Weather Hokura is not affected by day or night. But there will be some enemies that will appear in both enemy sections. So here, what I want to do is go over some of them. So here I want to go over the monsters that drop 2 fragments, 2 Treasure Soul Pearl fragments. The first one is going to be the Dorakima. This is going to be a daytime enemy. So with this, it's all the so pretty much for all the enemies here, the skills are going to be pretty much all the same in terms of effective skills. So weapon, physical technique, spell, and breath damage all effective here. The effective attributes for this enemy are going to be Eodane, and it does not use any type of debuffs. Then after that, we're going to have the Gold Orc, which is also a daytime enemy. So this, again, all the effective skills are okay. The effective attribute for this enemy is going to be Dane, and again, no debuffs that it uses. Then here, we're going to have the Kimen Doshi, so that's going to be the Demon Face Guru. So again, all these skills are going to be effective here. The effective attributes for this enemy are going to be Dorma, Mera, Jibadia, and Gira. And the debuff that it uses is going to be Confusion. And this enemy is also going to be a daytime enemy. Then here we're going to have the Doku Imomushi, which is going to be the Poisonous Caterpillar. Poisonous Caterpillar is also going to be a daytime enemy, so all the skills are going to be effective. It's effective attributes for on this particular enemy going to be Dorma, Hyado, and Jibadia, and this has no debuff, but it does have a Baishion. It does increase its attack power. Then here we're going to have the Mud Looper. So with the Mud Looper, this enemy is going to appear both in daytime and in nighttime and the rain. So this is actually one of the enemies that is going to actually be for both. So here again, effective attributes are going to be, or effective skills are going to all be the same as the other enemies. The effective attributes are going to be Dorma, Mera, Io. The Mud Looper uses Confusion and the knockdown debuffs. Now here we're going to have the Slime Breath. So the Slime Breath is actually going to be a nighttime or rain enemy. So again, all the effective skills are going to be okay. Then we're going to have the effective attribute for this enemy is going to be Dane, with the debuff it uses is going to be Knockdown. After that, we're going to have the Blood Mummy. So with the Blood Mummy, going to be a nighttime or rain enemy. The effective skills are going to be all of them. The effective attributes against this enemy are going to be Dane, Meta, Gira, Jibadia, and the debuff that it uses is going to be Sleep. Then we're going to have the Mashogumo, which is going to be the Devilish Cloud. So this is going to have, again, all the effective skills you can use against it. You can use the effective attributes here are going to be Dorma and Baki. Then for the effective attributes or the buff that or debuff that it uses is going to be Fukitobashi, which is going to be blow away. So it can blow away a character for, I believe, 1 turn. This actually does. So yeah, so that can actually be quite annoying for this particular battle. Then here with the Obake Tomato, so the monster tomato, we're going to, again, all the skills are going to be effective. The effective attributes are going to be Mera, Dane, Jibadia, Io, Gira, and going to have no debuffs, it says here, but it does have an ability that actually lowers either your attack power, your spell power, and also gives you illusion as well. So I'm not sure why it did not mention that there, but yeah, so that's going to be the debuffs that it actually does have. Then next, we're moving on to the enemies that are going to cost 6 Treasure Soul Pearl fragments. So the first one here is going to be the Killer Panther, which is going to be a daytime enemy. So again, all the skills are going to be effective for this. The effective attributes are going to be Dorma Io. The debuff that it uses is going to be Paralysis. Then here we're going to have the Jumenju, which is going to be the Treant. So with the Treant, again, the effective skills are going to be all of them. The effective attributes against this enemy are going to be Mera, Jibadia. And then in the case of a debuff is going to use dance, and then also this enemy has can actually revive enemies. So yeah, so you want to probably take this enemy out first. Then after that, we're going to have the Umibozu. So this is going to be so actually back to the treant. The treant is actually going to appear in both daytime and also the nighttime rain. So that's going to be that enemy here. Then here the Umibozu is going to be a nighttime or rain enemy. Again, the effective skills are going to be all of them. The effective attributes is going to be Dane Gita. Then this one doesn't have any debuffs that it uses in battle. Then we're going to have the Gargoyle. So the Gargoyle is going to be a nighttime enemy. So with this, not a nighttime, but a daytime enemy. So all the skills are going to be effective. The effective attributes are going to be Mera, Dorma, Hyado, Jabari, and Dane for the Gargoyle. And this enemy's debuff is going to be Silence. Then here we're going to have the Bull Savage. So with the Bull Savage, this is going to be so this is actually going to be a 15 fragment enemy. So with this here, again, all the skills are going to be effective. The effective attributes for this enemy are going to be Dorma, Meragira, and the debuff that it uses is going to be Fear. And then also here we're going to have the Dio Kids, which is going to be the Great King Kids. So for this is going to be a nighttime rain enemy, going to be again 15 fragments. All the skills are going to be effective. Effective attributes are going to be Dane, Boggy, and for here the debuff is going to be Dance. Then next here we're going to have the enemies that are going to be worth 38 points fragments. So in this case, we're going to have the Kumano Dio, which is going to be the Great Cloud King. So with this enemy, all the skills are going to be effective. The effective attributes will be Jibaria, Meta, Bagi, and Dorma. Then this actually has no debuffs. Then we're going to actually have the Wakame Prince. So with the Wakame Prince, I believe I've seen him in both daytime and nighttime. The effective skills are going to be all of them. The effective attributes against it are going to be Dorma, Io. Then of course with the debuff here is going to be Dance. We're also going to have Skullgod, which I have not seen very often on the field, but I believe this is going to also be a level 38 fragment soul or a monster. In this case, all the skills are going to be effective. The effective attributes Dane Io. Then this enemy is going to be using Illusion. Then here we're going to have the Lampinomagin, so the Genie. So all the skills are going to be effective. Then here the main effective attribute against it is going to be Dorma. So with this also has a blow away, which will take a enemy out of the battle. But this soul fragment for this particular enemy is going to be 97. So this is the enemy that you want to actually really fight and defeat. Then after that, like I mentioned, we're going to actually have the Dancing Jewels appear along with the Bloodstains sword, or a blood-stained demon sword. So with this, all the skills are going to be effective. Effective attributes Dane, Mera, Jibadia, Bagi, and the debuffs it uses are going to be Dance and also Confusion. Then here, this question mark, this is going to be the blood-stained demon sword. So all the skills are going to be effective. Main attribute weaknesses going to be Dorma, Hyado, Jibadia, Gira. Then here, the debuff that it uses is going to be Paralysis. And then this one, this is going to actually give you Pearl Fragments for the sword itself. And then I believe so is going to be the Dancing Jewels as well, because they don't appear, the Dancing Jewels does not appear by itself, it appears along with the actual Bloodstained Demon Sword. And then also you're going to have the Metal Tsumuri, which also appears with the Bloodstained Demon Sword, but it also appears on the field as a regular enemy as well. So here, Since this is a metal enemy, the effective skills are going to be just weapon and physical technique. The attributes, no attributes is going to be effective against it, and it has no debuffs. So that's going to be all the monsters for here. So pretty much there are going to be some conditions for awakening this soul. So in this case, what you need to do, you need to have cleared at least main story quest 10, chapter 10. You have to have at least one Genie S-grade soul, and you need to have 5 Genie treasure soul pearls. So that's what you need. So pretty much now what I want to do is go over the team that I use here. So pretty much Dharma and Dane are going to be the main things here. So I'm going to be using this team. So here I have a High Priest, Demon Swordsman, a Archmage, and I have a Ninja. So pretty much I would say the best weapon to use here is going to be on my High Priest. This is going to be the Angel Guillotine. So the Angel Guillotine is going to have the ability called Death Sanction. So Death Sanction is a Dorma based ability, or since I actually have Dorma on, it's going to be a Dorma based ability that will actually do Dorma damage to all enemies, and not just that, also has a chance to cause sudden death. So even if the enemies are actually quite resistant to Dorma, the sudden death effect can actually still work on them. So you can pretty much one hit some of the enemies here, including the Genie. I actually have done it in battle. So it's rare to see, but it is very effective. So sometimes with just this character alone, I have one hit every enemy, and they all died of sudden death. So this is going to be the weapon that I would suggest. Then in terms of other Dorma's weapons, here on my Ninja, I have the Enchanted Ribbon. So this is going to have Sexy Beam and Pride Shot. So those are going to be very effective Dorma-based weapon skills to use for this battle. Then for my other 2 characters, I'm using Dane-based attacks. So here for my Archmage, I have on the Calvero Butte, so have Roaring Thunder. So that's going to do some serious Dane damage to the enemies. So this is going to be very effective in the battle against the enemies that are weak to Dane. And then here with my Demon Swordsman, I'm going to have the Demon Dragon Sword, so that's going to actually have Giga Break. So that's going to be good for dealing serious damage to one enemy, where even if the enemy is resistant to Dorma or Dane, especially if I get a direct hit, that's going to still do some pretty nasty damage to it. So here what I want to do is actually just go into a battle just to show you what it's going to be like. So here, let's go this battle here. Okay, this is good. So this is actually good. It has 2 of the enemies are going to be weak to Dane, and 2 of the enemies are going to be weak to Dorma. So here I want to actually just show you Death Sanction, and hopefully I can actually get sudden deaths. So like that. So the 2 enemies that I hit, the Gold Orc and the Treant, both both have high resistances to Dorma, but because of the sudden death ability, they instantly die. So that's actually why that weapon is actually quite good. So now, pretty much just going through this battle makes things go much easier with Death Sanction. Yeah. So that's that battle. Like, it was quite easy just because I had the effects of Death Sanction. So what I'll do is actually I will try one more battle. Again, going to try, let's go here. Again, going to have 2 enemies. Actually, all the enemies here are going to be weak to Dorma, but let's see if I can get any. So in this case, I did not get any of I didn't get any sudden deaths, but here I want to go ahead and use that ability there. There I did get a Shadow Weave, but here what I'll do is I'll go ahead. So these enemies are all going to be resistant to Dane, but still, with that said, my character here is going to be using Mara-based abilities. And then here, what I'll do is, again, going to go ahead, auto battle. So in that case, that enemy is weak to Hyato-based attacks. So there goes the Baishon. So again, I want to use Death Sanction. So with that Death Sanction, I was actually able to defeat the 2 enemies there. And that enemy's down as well. So pretty much just 1 enemy left and gone. So I would say for the most part, most of my battles probably go like that. But with Death Sanction getting sudden death, that's pretty much exactly what you really need to do. So definitely, the Angel Guillotine is going to be the weapon to use for this battle, just for Death Sanction and getting sudden deaths on the enemies. So now that I actually have gotten everything that I needed, I can go to the exchange and go to the Soul Exchange here. So here I actually did buy all of the Soul Pearls already, so down right over here. So here I have 1056, but I have actually purchased all four of these Treasure Soul Pearls already, and then also got the one from the quest as well, and have already gone over and upgraded the soul. So what I first want to do is go over the Genie soul, just to show you what that is like. So here, use Dane. So here's going to be the regular Genie soul. So here with the regular Genie S-grade soul, the main, since it's blue, main stats are going to be max HP, your strength, and also have 134 in your agility, 145 in your dexterity. So that's very high. 105 max HP, 100 strength. So that's, again, that's actually quite good. Then for skills, plus 10% to weapon and physical sneak skill damage, plus 10% to Dane weapon and physical damage, and then plus 10% to Jibadia resistance, and plus 10% to resistance to having your attack power lowered. So this is a really good soul. So with the S-grade soul, S-star grade soul right here, there have been boosts to the actual basic stats, except for the max HP. The max HP still stayed the same, but strength has actually gone up to 146, the agility now 156, and now the dexterity 168. In terms of the actual abilities, pretty much in terms of new ones, we're going to actually have a new one in the form of Dorma, plus 7% to Dorma weapon and physical technique damage. We're also going to have plus 5% damage to demons as well. And then all the other abilities that I mentioned before are also going to be the same. So just those 2 abilities have been added. So that's going to be the S-star grade soul for this particular Journey of Awakening. So with that said, this Journey of Awakening is still not over yet, because I still need to actually get the Treasure Soul Pearl fragments for the Bloodstained Sword. So pretty much right over here at the top. So here I only have 59, and then here has 4, so I have One treasure soul pearl costs 100, so I'm going to need 400. So this is going to take some time, especially because this enemy is going to be rare to come out. But when it does come out, I will actually go ahead and make another video on this. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.